Hey everybody, welcome to the Real United States, and we're here again on the World Tour Embassy Open House, and we're here in front of the Mexican Cultural Center. Now the Mexican Embassy, for whatever reason, has chosen, rather than to hold their Embassy Open House at the Chancery, to hold it here at the Mexican Cultural Institute. We're up in Columbia Heights. I believe this is 16th Street. Yeah, 16th Street. I'm not quite sure what a cultural institute is, but we're going to go in, we're going to check it out and see what the embassy, the people who actually are the delegates, the emissaries from Mexico, have set up for us to go ahead and see from their nation. So I think it ought to be kind of interesting, and if we get lucky, maybe I'll get to use my language skills.
Yeah, we're rolling. We're ready now. Inside the exhibition is not allowed. In 5 minutes there'll be some performance dance on the second floor, so you're right on time.
All right, thank you.
Good? Hi, how are you?
Hi.
So you're not allowed to take photos inside the exhibition on the fourth floor, but on the building you can.
Thank you.
In like 5 minutes there will be some performance dance on the second floor.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, so we've been informed, we're here in the Mexican Cultural Institute, that there are some of the areas that we are not allowed to video in, and that's fine. But I did want to take a moment here in the vestibule to show you this magnificent atrium they have in the front of the Institute. It's pretty neat. One of the things I want to show you is the door we just came in through. It's like 8 foot tall and about 3 inches thick. This magnificent big heavy wooden door, which would be, kind of a traditional sort of a Mexican architectural thing, perhaps from the 19th century. And they got some beautiful sculpture here that look as though they've been here for a very long time. The big columns that hold up the main beam here up behind Beverly, and this beautiful ornate staircase that wraps around up onto the second floor. It's just beautiful, a lot of what looks to be hand carving. So it's really a very, very gorgeous facility they have here. How do you do? I'm Paul Campbell.
Morales, the deputy director.
Ah.
Are you coming with Passport DC or?
No, yes, with Passport DC.
Oh, okay.
Now they've already told me there's some places that I can't take
okay,
pictures.
Perfect.
So that's fine, I understand. But there are some places where I can, correct?
Yeah, definitely. And we're gonna have a show with the ballet in like 5 minutes. If
Right.
you also want to record that, so it's a folkloric Mexican dance.
Oh, outstanding.
So, yeah, so that's at noon. So it's in a few minutes.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and if you need any additional information, just let me know.
Muchas gracias.
De nada.
So like I say, everybody through this whole cultural tour here for the embassy has been very warm and welcoming. Obviously there are certain things that, there's rules and you gotta follow the rules, and I'm cool with that. But just really, like I say, really beautiful place, really nice, warm, wonderful people. So they tell me there's gonna be a ballet or sort of a presentation that we are allowed to film upstairs just in a couple of minutes. So this is apparently the ballroom on the second floor. And Beverly was just commenting on this magnificent crystal chandelier they've got here. Again, they have wainscoting with a lot of very detailed carving on it. Really, really beautiful. And these huge, tall windows, tall ceilings. It's a magnificent building. I don't know anything historically about the building itself, but clearly it's been here a while, and they're going to start a performance here, which the director has told us that it would be okay to go ahead and to video.
May or may not get to see. You have to go up. You have to film above the steps there.
I can do that. Let me see that for a moment.
You got it.
I'm hoping I can get a good shot of this for everybody here. There's this beautiful mosaic tile, or in Spanish, mosaicos. Appears to be I don't know, that's a fountain in the other room. And you can see the mosaic tiles on the back wall there around these arch windows. Really beautiful building.
Here's the mosaics up top. Oh yeah, you did. Okay.
Okay, so I don't really know how I'm going to go about cutting this together and editing it to make this episode and then include the entire dance session that we just witnessed, because it was magnificent and I do want to use the whole thing. So I'll probably put that up as a separate episode along at the same time that I post this one, so you want to look for that. But I'm not going to use the whole thing in this episode because it's just too much. But there's a couple of things about making this channel that I really enjoy. And number one is the people that I get to meet, both those of you who are viewers who write to me and constantly stay in touch, and the people that I meet while I'm out videoing. And that's the thing I enjoy the most. And the thing after that I think that Bev and I enjoy the most is the absolutely cool places that we get to go and the things we get to see, just because we wouldn't otherwise get up and go out and do these things. So this is probably second on the list, and this place is just beautiful. The Mexican Cultural Institute is just a beautiful place, and I'd like to take you in the other room and show you another part of this second floor. But before we do, Bev, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do-si-do around here, and I'm going to show you here. There's a fireplace in this room with a marble front and a marble mantle, and these beautiful, beautiful painted urns and this bowl, all this ornate detail, and this huge mirror with all this ornate detail. Just a beautiful, beautiful place. Even the wallpaper has this beautiful floral repeating pattern in it. Just breathtaking place. And of course the stairway continues to run up for another 2 floors above this. But I'd like to bring you in here and show you this. And I'm kind of encouraged to go ahead and do some research on this building. This is a fireplace. Now I am roughly 6 foot tall. So that gives you some idea of just how big this fireplace is. Man, I have no idea what this room was used for when it was originally set up, but I've got a feeling I know. Because on the other end of the room, as we swing around, there's a stage. So I'm sure that this was built and set up originally for live performances. And you see in the back wall here, they have this beautiful big pipe organ on the back wall of this magnificent room with this stained glass above it. They've got a full-size grand piano sitting up here. I don't know how often they use this for performances now. This is our first time at this facility, but isn't this something? And of course, the Mexican and United States flags side by side next to the pipe organ, a symbol of the long-standing relationship between our two nations. So just breathtaking, vaulted ceiling with curves on the side. I don't think the camera can even do it justice. But very, very cool. So I'd like to thank you for joining us here on the Real United States at the Mexican Cultural Institute here on 16th Street in Washington, D.C. for this year's Around the World tour, embassy tour. And although it wasn't at the Chancery, it still is a beautiful, beautiful facility. And it was a wonderful experience. They showed us all kinds of cool things. The architecture in this building actually is magnificent. Again, I don't know what era this building is, but it is just beautiful. And it's open to the public actually all the time, Monday through Friday, and then on Saturday afternoons it is open to the public. So we're probably going to come back here and spend some more time, at least on our own, to go ahead and check it out some more. But everybody was so very, very kind to us, so warm and welcoming. And I hope that you enjoyed your tour here. If you've got questions or comments, please leave them in the comments section below. We love hearing from all of you. I try to get back to everybody I can. If you haven't already, we encourage you to pick subscribe and come along for the adventure. We love having everybody with us. And as always, thank you for watching.